So yes, again, Happy New Year to everyone. And I feel, very happy to have you guys in my midst, right? There wasn't a lot of you that were selected, but as you guys can see, the group is fairly small. There's around, I'd say, 250 of you guys that have actually been selected, right? And that's due to the fact that this year, right, I really want to pay attention to you guys, my students, right? I want to ensure that I can respond to you well whenever you guys send me a message. And I need to see more success stories, right? I need to see you guys, thrive and eventually become better than me. That's the goal, right? So yes, this mentorship of this year, which is so closed off, right? We don't advertise anywhere, right? If you're here, right, it's just because you should be here, right? So that's the main focus of this year, to, allow you guys to grow. There are some, there has been some speculation, in regards to leakers, right? So people are out there, and this video would probably be leaked, right? Or shared with some people due to the fact that, people have found a way to hack Telegram, right? So we'll be working, in a way whereas we can just do the live streams through WAP. That's the goal. But if not, we'll do it here, and the videos will not be posted here. They will be posted to WAP. Anytime we have a chart that should be posted, it will be on WAP. Anytime we have announcements, they will be on WAP, right? So the main purpose of here right now is just the live streams, right? There is no sensitive information, that will be posted here. And with that being said, we're going to go into the things that you need to succeed, right? The main things, right? And it's not a lot, right? And I am trying to not overwhelm any of you, even if you're brand new, right? So the first thing to understand is that here, while studying quarterly theory, there are two things, right, that must come together in order for you to know or have an high, accuracy in knowing when price should reverse, right? The first thing is time, and the second thing is price. And that's why we have two tabs open right now, right? On the screen, you can see here we have the main tool that we'll be using to get the information that we need in order to know whenever there will be an insertion of liquidity into the marketplace. And then the tab beside that is just TradingView, plain old TradingView. So yes, the first two things that you need is what? You need these, tools. Forex Factory, right? So you can see the economic calendar, so you can know when to expect price to move before it happens. And, that's the main reason for this is time. So this is basically where you'll get most of your, windows of trading from, or days of trading from. And then you need TradingView, so you can see price, right? So both of these are, basically all you need right now, right? And yes, it's a small list because we're trying to keep things simple. Yes, there's more things that are out there that eventually you will learn, but you got to understand that this is the first time that we are meeting, right? So here you guys can see, right, we have the ES, right? And here, this specific contract is the ESH2025, which is the March contract, right? So you're going to need to get the data, right? And I think it's a small fee that you will have to pay in order to see this data, which is the raw futures data, right? We'll be focusing on futures and Forex. So for futures, we will be focusing mainly on the S&P 500 or ES, the NASDAQ, and the Dow, right? So those will be our three main instruments that will practice or use to practice the reprice action, right? Or trade whenever the time is right for you, right? For Forex, we'll be focusing on the dollar index, and yes, you should be taking notes, but don't worry if you're not right now. It will be recorded so you can watch it as much times as you wish, right? So you need the dollar index, and the other two assets that you need is the euro, EU, and the Great British Pound, right? If you guys realize, we have two classes of assets right there. Each of them have three assets each inside, right? These are called the triads, right? The main triads that we'll be using, right? So we'll go deeper into triads and how we use them, right? How we compare them to one another to spot reversals. But for now, that's all you need to know, right? The ES, the NASDAQ, and the Dow, those are the, index futures triads. And the US dollar, the euro, and the Great British Pound, those are, yes, the Forex market triads, right? So those are the main triads, right? And the markets, well, most of the market revolve around these assets, right? You can use these assets to spot many things, even things that are outside of price, right? If you look into the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll see UTC plus one, right? So I'm pretty sure that everyone, almost everyone, has been taught to use the New York time, whenever looking at charts. But here we use, the time that the markets actually revolve around, right? Which will help you to understand many things and strip away so much confusion, right? We're using the time that Switzerland uses, right? So here you can see that right now it is 23:10 and counting, right? Whenever it gets to 24, that's when the actual another trading day will begin, right? Now, the time right now would be 5:11. Well, the time right now is 5:11 New York time, right? Which is 5 p.m. But here, whenever the day resets, right? Whenever we go into the Asian session, it will be a brand new day when using the time that the Swiss uses, right? That's due to the fact that the first 6 hours of the day, right, is obvious. So we know this is the Asian session. The second 6, the London session. Then we have the New York session. And then afterwards, we have the afternoon session, which is the last session of the day. So right now, me and the team, we're, due to the fact that we know that, right, you have people just waiting for the major information to just take it and share it everywhere, right? We are working on a way for us to, combat that, combat that. Also, right, I've said this before, but you guys don't have to worry about being charged, right, before a month from now, right? Everyone will be updated, right, before the next billing date, right? So you won't be charged on the 20th or of this month. You'll be charged next month, February the 3rd, due to the fact that we began February the 3rd. Another thing is, we will be having live streams twice a week. So the dates for live streams, or the days of the live streams, will be Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? I am trying to, find a time that works for everyone. And then the next live stream will be Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well, right? In between those days, we will be posting charts whenever we have high probability price action. Even when we have low probability price action, we'll be posting charts, but it won't be as clear, obviously, as the days that we most likely will be focused on, right? So with that being said, I hope that you guys paid attention to everything, because everything that we stated just now is important. Time, right, that you should be using, the assets that you need to be focused on, the economic calendar, and so on. The live streams will be, ranged, from around 15 minutes, like that's the goal, 15 minutes to 25 minutes, right? Due to the fact that I know that some people have, a problem with long videos, right? So we will have multiple videos throughout the entire year. There are times when we'll be doing live streams, whereas we'll be reading price action together. We'll be doing such things, right, as we progress. So yes, this video is just to get you guys ready and get you guys in the frame of mind to work, right? Another thing is, you cannot just be using your phone, right? You cannot just be expecting that you can just have your phone in your hand, you can watch the videos once, and then it will, go into your mind and you understand that's not how it works, right? You need to backtest, and when backtesting, you definitely need more than one screens. And due to the way how we read price action and we interpret price action, you definitely need more than one screens, right? You need one screen for your execution and one screen for watching the triads and see how they compare to one another, right? Because the main thing that we'll be focused on this entire year is cracking correlations. There are many of them, right? Many people have heard about SMT, and that's pretty much all that they know. But everywhere that you see a reversal, there's a crack in price. So I hope that you found this useful. And if you guys need to get to me, you guys can either message me on Telegram, but it's easier for you to get me through WAP. So you guys can actually direct message me through WAP. And it may take me some time due to the fact that I have two groups. I have the groups with the OG, which is way bigger than this one, which is why I had to make this one smaller, right? And I hope that you guys are here to actually learn. Right now, I would still be offering refunds to anyone that believe that, they can go out and find something else that's better, right? I have just picked a few of you guys for, basically it's an experiment to see who can, become the next me. Because after this year, right, there will be no mentorship, right, for a while. So one of you guys, and I already have people stepping up from the other group, will need to step up and, pull the weight. That being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. The next time that we meet will be next week, Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ciao.